The $8 foundation that has broken the internet once again, but is it really as good as all of these reviews are saying? Today, I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions and a full wear test. Let's get started. And as usual, I'm going to have the timestamps below. So I've picked up mine in the shade Tan Warm. The number is 40. I was looking for something a little bit more olive toned, but I didn't really find anything at the drugstore. That's the shade of the foundation. It's not runny. It's more like a cream to lotion. It does have 1% hibiscus extract, I believe, in here. So it's supposed to be hydrating. I also feel that the shade is slightly warm for me, but I think I can make this work. Now, it does say that it is a satin finish, so I'm assuming that this is not going to be fully matte. And also it's going to last long because it is advertised as a long-lasting foundation. I'm going to go in with the primer. This is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. Same packaging as the foundation. This is extremely travel-friendly. I'm not a type of person that is looking for a beautiful packaging, especially when it comes to drugstore. The main thing that I'm looking for when it comes to a drugstore foundation is mostly the formula, of course the affordability, and to see if it's, you know, good value for the money. I've applied the primer to the left side of my face. I'm going to go in with the application now. I'm going to be using a brush on both sides, and I'm going to be using my trusty BK Beauty 109 brush. Love it. You guys know that I use it pretty much in every single tutorial. This is the non-primer side, so I'm going to go in with this side first. Now the shade is slightly warm on me, I can tell. I have an olive undertone, but I couldn't really find an olive undertone at the drugstore. I will say that this is spread out really well. You can see it's very smooth. The coverage is a medium coverage. It feels very light on the skin. Now this says it's a satin finish, but I feel like it's a little bit more hydrating than satin. I like the subtle luminosity that it's giving my skin. This is the side-by-side comparison with just one layer on my skin. So far, so good. Let me give you some details about this foundation while I finish the other side. e.l.f. states that this is a long-lasting satin finish foundation that delivers medium buildable coverage. Breathable formula, doesn't look or feel cakey. It's infused with 1% hydrating hibiscus complex, plus pomegranate, blueberry, and goji berry extracts. That sounds delicious. Available in 36 different shades, and it does say that shade match guarantee means you'll always find your perfect match. I don't know about that. Sorry if I'm in your face, but I wanted you guys to see the prime side versus the non-prime side, and I can't really tell much of a difference on camera. In person, it is a very slight difference. It's almost like a hairline difference between the prime side versus the non-prime side. Prime side, the foundation is sticking a lot better. Even when I was trying to apply it with the brush application, I feel like a tapping motion would be better because it was actually adhering to the skin. So that's a good sign. It's not clinging onto my skin or my textured areas. It's a very light layer. It feels very airy and gentle on the skin. And the shade match isn't terrible. I can make this work. But I wish to see more olive undertones provided in this foundation range. I feel that you might have to work a little bit faster with this foundation because it does tend to set, and it does not feel overly matte, nor does it feel overly sticky. Since I have this on my face, I'm going to start the wear test right now. It is 11:32 a.m. and I'm going to have this foundation on. I'm going to try at least to have it on for 8 hours and give you like a thorough real life demo. And I'm also going to check in throughout the middle of the day and give you some daylight shots and all that good stuff. I'm going to speed through the next part. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup so you guys can see how it goes on this foundation. Guys, this is the full face of my makeup done. There's no patchiness, there's no lifting. Everything went on very, very smoothly as you saw. Also, I can't really tell the prime side from the non-prime side. It's just practically identical. So I feel like this foundation also has some blurring properties in it, which is amazing. I'm not setting this with setting spray because this is meant to be long lasting and I really, really want to put the foundation to the test. The time is now 11:59, so 12 in the afternoon, and let's give you some daylight shots. All right, guys, so this is what the makeup is looking like in daylight. I'm in front of a very big window, lots of light coming in. Still can't tell the difference between the primed to the non-primed side. So I'm very amazed as to how beautiful and natural this foundation is looking. It does seem to be matching my neck fairly well, but I also think that's the bronzer and the contouring that I did. I just need the foundation to be just like a hair cooler or more olive, I guess I should say. As you saw, this was just one layer on my face and it's done a very good job. I do feel that you can build this up for a second layer and it's going to give you adequate coverage. Overall, so far, things are looking great. We'll see how this holds up and I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, it's about 4:42. In the afternoon right now, and this is what my face is looking like. I just came back from a very brisk walk. As you saw, it's 81 degrees inside the house and it is equally as hot outside, but I really quickly wanted to do like a midday check-in and give you a more realistic version. Typically, this is what most people's days look like you get around your day, it's hot sometimes, you go to the gym. This is with absolutely no touch-up, so I am sweaty, but I wanted you guys to see that it has not broken my foundation apart. It's not separating. It is extremely intact. I'm gonna cool off and I'm gonna come back maybe in a couple of hours, and I'm still not gonna be doing any touch-up so you guys can see how this foundation settles after the sweating. All right, guys, we are back. Let's get this review wrapped up. The time is now 8:08 in the evening. So we've had this on for about 8.5 hours now. And I'm gonna zoom you guys in to take a closer look at the skin. I know that I came in earlier and I was really hot and sweaty at the time, but now things have sort of calmed down. This is my skin without any retouching. And remember, this was the primed side. No, sorry, this was the primed side and this was the no primer side. So when I'm looking at my skin with the two sides, I still do not see a difference at all. Even when it comes to oil production, I do have some oiliness coming out that stayed on my T-zone. This is extremely normal because I have combination skin. And if I don't powder on my T-zone, then it's going to look like this. Considering that this foundation is a satin finish foundation and not a matte foundation, I wasn't expecting this to stay matte all day anyways. With that being said, I definitely was expecting this to stay on all day. I'm going to see if I can zoom you guys in closer. Like if you see, you can still see my entire makeup. This is without setting spray as well. Like I haven't had to retouch the bronzer. Nothing's faded. But if I'm being very, very picky, then I would say that it's kind of settled into my smile lines. You can see that crease right there. That happens to most foundations, especially if I don't set this part over here really, really well. But overall, I have no complaints for an $8 foundation, man. This is like insane. Now, it's $8 USD. If you're in Canada, you can get this at Walmart for like $9.49 or $10 from the e.l.f. website. It's still $10 or less. So the fact that e.l.f. can actually do this for 10 bucks or less for a drugstore, now that drugstore even has gotten ridiculous, sometimes it's just worth it to buy the Sephora brands more than the drugstore brands, especially where I'm at. So for 8 bucks, I believe all of that hype out there. What I want to do with you guys here is actually powder and see how this looks with a little bit more powder. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Same concept as before. I'm just going to take it on my hand and let's go for it. This is just going to give both of us an idea of how this refreshes if I was to put powder on top, and I think that should be enough. My God, this is like freshly applied makeup all over again. Let me zoom you guys in. Look at that. Just look at that. It just revived itself. I love this. Yeah, guys, this is a winner. I'm sorry if my camera's shaky. It's not really, tripod isn't really stable. I should probably get a new tripod. Now, if you guys were wondering what the difference is between this one and the Camo foundation, the Camo foundation is meant to be full coverage. It has a broad spectrum SPF 30. This one, the highlight for this one is the longevity of the foundation, and it does not disappoint in that area. The website states that it's meant for all types of skin tone. If you're oily, you're just going to have to set it really, really well and powder or blot throughout the day. I do feel that you can still wear this foundation. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to wear beautifully. If you're dry, then you're going to have to moisturize really well underneath and then put this foundation on. So I kind of feel that the claims are pretty accurate. This is it. This is my review. And tell me what you guys think. If you guys have tried it, and what your thoughts are on this. I would love to have a conversation going down below. That is all for today. I'm going to leave a few videos for you guys to check out from my channel if you wish to do so, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.